SSH keys and how to set them up. You're probably wondering, what are SSH keys and what does SSH even stands for? SSH stands for Secure Shell. It's a cryptographic network protocol which allows users to securely perform a number of network services over an unsecured network. So pretty much that means that SSH keys provide a more secure way of logging into a server with SSH rather than a password. All right, as you can see on my screen, I have Linux Server 1 and Linux Server 2. So pretty much if I want to access Linux Server 2 from Linux Server 1, I would use what we call SSH. I would use a command called SSH, and that will allow me to pretty much access this server remotely. All right. And then right now, if I do it, it will ask for a password. All right, so let's go ahead and do that now. Linux Server 2. All right. Voila, now we're in. All right, so now if we do the same command after we generate the key and copy it over, it will not prompt for a password, and then we can just easily SSH to Linux Server 2 as many times as we want and not be prompted for a password, making our life a lot easier as an engineer. All right. So first, we need to create something what we call a key pair. So the command to do that is, oh, I mistakenly got out IBM. Let me go back in. All right. So SSH Key Gen. All right. All right. So this is pretty much just telling you that the public key and the private key has been generated. The key pair has been generated. And those files will be saved under your home directory. All right. You could enter a passphrase here. It definitely is completely optional. Most people just leave it empty. So I will do that here. All right. So now we can see that the public keys and private key has been saved, and they are saved under our home directory and .ssh. So let's go there. All right, so now we can now see our private key and our public key. We see that. All right. So we will always and only move our public key. We will never, ever, ever move our private key. All right. This is for you, your eyes and your eyes only. All right. So let's go ahead and bring the info of our public key to the screen. All right, here is our public key. This is what we will copy over to Linux Server 2 to allow us when we SSH for the password not to be prompted and thus to access the server a lot easier. All right, so there's two ways of doing that. We can either copy the key over manually, or we could use a built-in command that SSH have that allow you to copy the key over automatically. All right, so we'll be doing both ways. So first, let me just do it manually first. So copy the key. And then we'll come over to Linux Server 2, same directory, .ssh, and then we will add the key to authorized keys. All right. So with that being said, authorized keys is a file that's generated when you create SSH keys. When you do the SSH key gen to generate the key pairs. Those files will be generated automatically. But for some reason, if you don't have it generated already, you would need to pretty much create this file and the permissions and make sure that the ownership are correct in order for it to go through. The easiest way just to go ahead and create key pairs on both servers. Then those files are already generated. Then you can just easily just go into the server and then just open it and add the key, which I'm about to do now because I already added the generated key on Linux Server 2. So let's do that. Add Linux Server 1's keys, public key, saved it. So now I'm doing the same SSH command. Now it should not prompt for a password. All right, so it is asking for a password, so something must have went wrong with the copying. Yeah. If you can see here, I forgot one of the S's. So that's one of the bad things about doing things manually. You can have a human error like that. So that's why there's a lot of times of why we do things with automation now to avoid human error. All right. So now if we go back here and try to SSH, now voila, we're in without it prompting for a password, making our life a lot easier. So now I will do it the second way of using the built-in SSH command. All right, so let's go back here and delete the key, save the file, and now let's SSH. We will need to SSH right here. And then we can see we'll need to use this command called SSH copy ID. So if we do that, SSH copy ID, and then we'll just need to add the username and host name of the remote host that we want to add our key to, just like a regular SSH. So vagrant at Linux server 2, and then enter. So now we can see that the keys are being copied, and now we just need to go ahead and enter the password. All right, voila. Now we can see number of keys have been added, 1. And now if we try to log into Linux server 2, it should not prompt for a password. And to verify before I do that, now let's just look at it again. Now we can see that a key has been added. We did delete it before, so now you know that that command did work. And now when we SSH, once again, no password was prompted. All right, so now you have a general understanding, basic understanding of how SSH works, what the keys do, and how they make your life a whole lot easier as a Linux engineer or a Linux administrator. All right, so I want to thank you all for watching this tutorial, and please like, subscribe, and share to the channel, and I will definitely that will help me be encouraged to go ahead and continue to drop the tutorials and let me know that I do have people that enjoy watching these and definitely gaining some knowledge from these videos. So once again, thank you for watching Linux and Chill. Make sure to follow us and so forth. And until next time, enjoy.